It's top of the hour, the Rick and Bubba Show. We welcome all of you now viewing on Turner South. Welcome. Glad you're here. Top of the hour song, as you know, is how we get started every day. So we start a brand new week together. Are y'all ready?
I'm ready.
Top of the hour song, followed by the national anthem. Here we go. It's time to get up in the morning, yes. Drink my coffee, hurry up. I got to get to work on time. Hey, hey, hey. Hear the whistle. Beep, 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 beep. And the train rolling down the track. See you later, hurry back out of my way. Hey, got to get to work on time. Hey, hey, hey. Come on now, everybody. Gotta hear it. Oh, my muscles getting big and hot. I'll be sweating like a pig. Got to hurry, scurry. Got to get to work on time. Pack a lunch and working overtime after taxes barely make a dime. Punch a clock in, yes, sir. Got to get to work on time. Time for our national anthem. Got to get to work on time. Past the hour. You're watching and listening to the Rick and Bubba Show, the two sexiest fat men alive. I be Rick.
And I be Bubba. Good morning.
Call me when the boys get here. Had a great weekend. Hope all of you did. Thank you, Pensacola and surrounding areas, for your hospitality at Grace 2003. This past Saturday, it was tons of fun. Thank you, Southern Comfort, for the van. Thank you, Kirk Jarvis, for driving. Thank you, Don Juan DeMarco, for being a handler, and all of it going smooth. Thank you, Greg and Chrissy. Is it Chrissy? What his wife?
Yeah, Chrissa.
Chrissa Letson, for their hospitality. Super nice people. They were like a liaison between Grace and our show. And
our volunteer handlers.
And they did an incredible job making sure that we had everything, and got to do a lot of TV and media while we were there, and had a great time. The next year to be April 2nd and 3rd. If you did not go this year, make plans to be there next year for what was an incredible event.
Rick, it really was a lot of fun. Just met a lot of super nice people who very nice and all there because they were fired up about Grace and what it means to all of us. We were very fortunate to get to open up for Aaron Neville.
Yes.
And we met some folks that we knew a little bit about going in, and not as much as we needed to, but had a good time. We actually got to share a meal with some guys from Big Daddy Weave, who we're going to try to have on the show here. And I'm going to tell you, they...
yes. Big Daddy Weave.
We really enjoyed meeting you guys.
We had a lot in common with Big Daddy Weave.
And so it was great to meet them, have lunch with them, and I know their performance was incredible. We didn't get to see it because we were on one stage while they were on another at the same time, but now that I've told everybody that we hung out with Big Daddy Weave, a lot of folks are going, wow, a lot of fans. They're doing real well on the charts right now, and they're on tour right now with Rebecca St. James, and are doing very well. So it was great to see them and watch. We saw the Apologetics.
Right, saw them. They
big fans of the show, and funny guys, and wow, good musicians too. Hey, the guitar player, but that's something that can go.
Yeah, we got to tell Ryan about that.
Hey, if you can play the whole lead solo of Freebird, and part of it you play with a drumstick on the strings, that was pretty doggone good. I enjoyed that very well. And so those guys were really funny, and met some Australians. Is it Paul Carmen Trio? Did I get that right? There I'm stepping out again. I know they're doing real well, and they own the Dove Awards, and I should know their name. I know. But anyway, those are nice guys, and he tried to assure us that Australia supports America. So
but don't try to bar his wireless mic.
No, that's important. Don't touch it. You know, I guess one of the things that was funny, the first set that we did, my microphone quit working, and so we were having some fun with that, and then there was an uncomfortable. I saw Mickey Dean deal with this at Fat Fest one year, and I'll try not to do that to anyone who's like doing a stand-up routine. The band clanking and doing check behind you while you're trying to talk, somewhat distracting. And but the good news was, and it was probably my best line of the whole weekend, is I turned around and I said, you know, no matter how frustrating I'm getting with all of you, it's great that this is a Christian event because I have to forgive you.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So, and that got a
But I certainly felt like turning over a table or two.
Yeah. You know, right now I'm having to fight a Jesus urge to take the drums and start throwing them everywhere. But I did sit down behind them and do a solo, which their drummer didn't care for. But it all, again, we're brothers, so it all worked out. We were very forgiving. They were not sure about how we do things, and we weren't sure with them, and that, you know, that happens. But it all worked out. I felt like we all got along great after the noise had subsided and we finally got back to our set.
You know, too, Rick, uncomfortable moment right as we were leaving. When we go out and do these events, a lot of times we wear our old softball jerseys.
Yes.
And you had yours on, and I had mine. They're very hard to get made.
Yes.
They're very expensive getting them made. So
if you don't believe that, just ask anybody that's bought a Reuben jersey.
Yes. Right. And we were just about to leave when I saw a young lady holding your jersey that you had on, and she asked me to sign it, and I did. I said, wow, how did you talk Rick out of this? And she said, well, I have someone who has is fighting for their life right now, and Rick gave me the jersey. I thought, well, wow, that's a pretty good reason to give you that jersey.
Well, she came up to me, and I'm not trying to, I don't want to get any awards for that or anything, but I mean, she wanted a T-shirt for her dad, who was fighting what all the experts tell him is going to be a losing battle with cancer, and he's a big fan of the show, and he asked her to get him some kind of shirt, and again, something we've got to get better about. I didn't know we could even take merchandise to this event. I didn't think we were allowed to, but we were, and we could have. So she said, "Do you have a shirt?" And we didn't. We didn't have any, and didn't have a CD, didn't have anything. And so she said, and I could tell she was disappointed. And I thought to myself, how goofy is this? I've got 3 of these different colored jerseys, so I don't have the yellow one. So what?
Right.
And or I'll get another one.
Sure.
You know, sometimes. So I gave it to her. So you see that. And I gave that to her for her dad because I'm a big one, so no matter how big her dad was, it'll fit. Yeah. And and then you see that, so then it picks up with your situation.
Well, there's a young lady who's been very energetic about us being there, and I really appreciate, somebody who is excited.
We
that fires you back up.
We can't believe anybody would care. Not one person.
And she asked me for my jersey. Well, I was still signing, so I didn't immediately, make a move on that. Well, one of her friends helps her out in her argument, going, hey, Bubba, you're her favorite, okay? And I go, well, that's awful nice, and I'm still trying to, and then, like one of her other friends shouts out, she has dreams about you, Bubba. Immediately at that point, I stopped signing and start taking the jersey off.
Wow. Yes.
And, and I said, well, now, let's be sure this is in, proper context. Being that this is a Christian event, we were married, right? She said, absolutely. So I gave her the jersey, and, so.
Right.
Look, we appreciate your enthusiasm.
Let me ask y'all a question. Did y'all have shirts under your jerseys?
I did.
I mean, y'all...
I had to get a gray T-shirt, and there was one point I was shirtless for just a moment.
Okay, that's what I was wondering, if y'all were walking around shirtless or
just
not.
for a few seconds.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't want to panic Lisa Long, who was the marketing director. We met her. She wanted us to change one time. We did a little promo for next year's event, and you know, on a street full of people is not where you want us changing clothes.
Yeah.
That's, I mean, just, you know, just for their own
heads,
safety.
by the way.
You know what I mean?
Yes, yes.
Well, you don't want somebody to stumble and, you know, choke on something.
Yeah, I thought somebody was praying when I took mine off because I kept hearing somebody saying, "Oh my God," you know what I mean? And so, but I realized that it was different, and so that was right. So anyway, it was our pleasure. It really was.
Thank you so much. A lot of love. Wow, a lot of love.
We
in the land of Cool 107.
We'll talk more about the actual trip coming up next hour, as our pilot will be here, who drove us down, and the people who were good enough to set us up and let us rent a van or use a van for the trip. But when we got home last night, or Saturday night, my wife said, well, we had some adventures here, too, and I'll tell you about that when we come back.
Rick and Bubba, Rick and Bubba.